with every money gang round like a nation. Okay. When I started church, everybody like, 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 it seems you fine, jerking in question, no point live. When I started church, everybody like, everything come like a jerk in the head. Church, pause with the reject, making my hand up still by the two-step. I'm the one with the boys stay too fresh. In the rock stay school, no progress. I jerk in the church, yeah, move to the zone, around, perfect, go stupid. I jerk, When I started church, everybody like, 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 nigga read church. Niggas wanna